this is a description of what people have observed, but if you're holding to trying to find an experience of a description, this is where we miss what is actually present in our lived direct experience. So the first thing I would say to you, don't mind about what you think your experience should be. Let your own direct experience inform what you find there. As soon as we go looking for a certain something, there's the mind grasping for a concept of what it imagines life should be. And there's the occlusion there. There's the once removed sense. Not this, not this. So I think what you're first pointing to there is really beautiful. So you ask this question and you find there is that awareness, that beingness. And here then comes in the mind, oh yes, but shouldn't that feel, I want to merge with that. I want to feel different than what I am in this moment. And so if we can notice the arising of thoughts there, and actually the merging is the attentiveness, not to the thoughts of questioning where I should be, what should be in my experience, but actually just the coming back down into whatever is being experienced. There's the merging there. Because actually we cannot merge with that which we already are. This idea of merging is a concept, an idea of I'm not that already. And so it's actually that needs to go, that idea, that thought. And it doesn't need to go as in I need to banish it. It needs to go in terms of the belief in it. So it needs to be seen for what it is. There's a thought. There's a belief there that says I must merge. Who must merge with what? That says there's two things here. There's me and there's awareness. But actually, if you just soften into that recognition of awareness that is at the center of your experience in that moment, you notice there's no merging. There's no other. There's just awareness. And I am that. That sense of beingness. I don't need to go anywhere to be that sense of beingness. I don't need to create it. I don't need to imagine it. There doesn't even need to be the sense I. It's just amness. So it's these ideas. You see how subtle these ideas can be to actually take us out of what is directly already present. And so it's really a matter of being, bearing witness to those things that are coming up and being cognizant and aware of them for what they are. Arising beliefs, concepts, ideas that we've picked up along the way. And they might be very useful concepts and ideas at a point when they're directing us to where we need to look to. But at a certain point, the gravity of your own direct experience is what should take over, rather than our loyalty to those ideas. Oh, a background, foreground, I need to find that, what that feels like. So those concepts that are true concepts, but they point to something that is in your own direct experience. But if you're having to look outside of your own direct experience for the fulfillment of that, this is where they are not useful anymore. This is where they need to be disregarded. And instead you come back to what you know to be true in your own experience. This is the point where descriptions become obsolete, actually. You can pick them all up in the future when it's like a tender bud, like a little tiny green bud that is coming up out of the earth. It's your own direct experience. It's so tender but so real. And then we try and, put too much fertilizer on it, we smother it. gone.
Yeah.
So at those points, this is the point where actually we have to even let go of our idea of awakening, enlightenment, awareness, background, foreground, all of these ideas. At that point, that tender point at which you're sat in your own direct experience, the own truth of your own being. This is when we have to be very, I would say, vigilant is the word, to loyalty to ideas that have served us. This is the tricky point, because they have served us. They have served us to get to the point of recognition in our own awareness. But that is also the point at which they need to be sacrificed. And I say the word sacrificed because we don't always want to let go of things. This is why it's not just let it go, let it, that which isn't serving us anymore, just let it go. No, sometimes there needs to be a sacrifice, because we don't want to let it go because it feels comfortable and, oh, that's really helped me. So it's that's why I use the word sacrifice there. It's seen that it's actually your own direct experience is more eloquent rather than the concepts that you have been temporarily using, like scaffolding. We build a house as scaffolding. We use the concepts as scaffolding. Great, wonderful. But there comes a point where we want to look out of the windows and we've got scaffolding around the house. It's useless at that point. So this is what I mean, is it's not even a doing, it's noticing that the scaffolding is no longer useful.